With everything that we do here at KIBISHI, it always comes from an idea. We take that idea, we mold into an art piece. It's something that we feel special about every time that we do anything here. And it's just like walking into an art museum. You see different paintings and sculptures and things that are creative and abstract. And you think about it, everything comes from an idea. And that idea that we had that's coming up now is Redo It Life. Redo It Life is a shirt that I have on right now. Can actually show you the back as well. Like I said, it's coming out June 27th. I thought about it and I really want to do a story / process behind this design and how it came about. We've all had this happen before where we sat down, we went through life, and you think about stuff from your past, the good things and positive things that you had happen before in your life, like nostalgia moment. You know, you always get those feelings of like, dang, I wish things were like that right now. How can I get back to that point right now? I wish I can go back. A lot of people will say, I wish I can go back to being a kid again. You know, you want to go back to a certain time and you want to get those positive moments back, but you know, it's life and you know you really can't do that. You can't hit a reverse button to go back. When making Redo It Life, that thought played through my head a lot. Because during that time of making this, which was back in 2024, it's like early 2024, right after I made Life is Grim, I thought about something and that was really, I had like a lot of nostalgia moments just hitting me like back to back to back. And it was just like certain things like just going back to being a kid and, you know, like the things that you used to do back in the past where like stuff was more fun, you know, with no responsibility in the world, but you can't go back to that. So when it came down to Redo It Life, I thought about a lot of that and I think it spawned an idea in my head of a design that kind of replicates like how people will feel or how people feel about wanting to go back. And how I see it now as I go through life being at 25, I'm starting to get to the point where you can't think about the past, you can't think about the future. The only moment that you can think about is this moment right now. Whether you're watching the video right now, it could be the same time that I recorded it. It could be a couple days from when I recorded it. The moment that you're in right now, when you wake up every day, every morning, or every night, depending on what you do, that's the only moment that you really can think about. You really can't go back to the past and you can't skip forward to the future. So when it comes down to it, Redo It Life kind of plays on that thought, bring me back to that place in life where everything was positive, but at the same time, it's a mirror and image that you have this moment right here, right now that you can make. And I know people can go through a lot in life. It can be a lot of downs, it can be a lot of upturns, you know, it can be anything. So when it comes down to it, the design really is about living in this moment right now, but bringing that point of nostalgia or positive feelings into the moment that you're thinking of right here, right now. When I wear this, I feel as though like it's my Redo It Life. You see it, you think about it, it's like a key reminder in my head that, you know, this is the moment I'm in. I can make this moment every day. I can make it every day. It doesn't have to be something I think about that's in the past. It's the same moment right here, right now. You can make memories right here, right now. So I think that's really the story behind it. It's really just a lot of, you know, nostalgia that hit me, like I said, all at once. And, you know, just overall just taking me into a place where an idea spawned and I created something after that. The process, which is a lot more different, because the process kind of led up into that thought. So I probably could have did the process first, but we're gonna do it right now. The process of making Redo It Life. So we had already made Life is Grim the hoodie. I knew I wanted to go back and make something else because at that time, it's 2024, trademark was still going through. I was still trying to get things sorted with that. Still just trying to build more of a social following and, you know, all the behind the scenes stuff. I was like, I want to make another design. Let's go ahead and make something else. And usually with my process, I'm gonna cut on music. I'm gonna cut on a book. I'm gonna cut on something that can give me some type of inspiration while I'm going, because I feel like when I'm designing or I'm creating something, when it comes down to anything fashion-wise or anything in general, from designs or art or whatever you want to say, I like to have something that can keep me in that mode of creating. And I feel like music for me is like a big thing. So I sat down, I kind of had an idea, but I wasn't really thinking about what I said in the story of Redo It Life. Like I said, I was listening to, I know what song I was listening to this time. Life is Grim, I did not know what song I was listening to. With Redo It Life, I literally was playing Skeletons by Travis Scott. And I literally played that on repeat because something, I think I may have listened to it earlier in the day. And when I had listened to it earlier in the day, I had already knew this is a song I wanted to design to. Because sometimes I'll put a song on repeat and just design, because something may come out of that makes me think about it in design and how to create it. So I sat down, listened to that on repeat. I was in a room, all red light. Because like I said, the red, I don't know what it is. Sometimes designing the red light, I don't know. My process kind of just like all over the place sometimes. But all red room, all the LED lights in my room red, listening to skeletons on repeat. I'm sitting there for about an hour, still just kind of thinking, still trying to see like what direction I want to go. I know I wanted to get a skeleton involved because the skeleton kind of plays into the brand a lot because of the start of the brand and the name of the brand, which is KIBISHI, which means grim. I knew a skeleton, just didn't know where I wanted to go. And then I think when I got into like hour 2, and I'm kind of just sitting there, I'm kind of just putting pieces together, that's when the thought and the story hit. And I thought about it, because when you listen to skeletons, it gives you this feeling of, I don't know how to describe it, but it gave me this feeling of just like life. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this thought that I had, which played into the story, because like I said, at that time I knew I had a lot of nostalgia and like a lot of things like going on in my mind and thinking about the past a lot. And I was like, I wanted to turn this to a design. So I pieced together like a lot of the assets that I could find to make the design. But the design at first didn't look like how it does like right now, like, which I can see on the back. It's like clouds and stuff like that on like under the skeleton, like kind of floating through clouds, which I guess you can say that's why I think about the feeling and how it is. But at first I put flames. Flames were kind of like, I guess you can say, symbolizing like how life can be kind of dark and, you know, all that type of stuff. But I didn't want it to come across like a skeleton coming out of hell. So I was like, let me bag off of the flames, and I wanted something a little bit more clear as well, because the letters that I had, which I probably have it up on screen, the letters was in the flames, so you couldn't really recognize it. So I was like, I gotta change this up. So I decided to go with clouds, because I feel like when you think about clouds, you think about a positive moment. It kind of plays back into like having this positive moment in this moment that you are in right now. So in the present, you're thinking about a positive moment, or you're creating positive moments as you're going through your day or day-to-day basis. And that's why I changed it to clouds. But it really didn't take me that much to create this, because with Life is Grim, the first drop from us, I had multiple like design processes. I had different designs and stuff like that. But this one was more locked into, it was only like 2 designs that was made. And pretty much it was similar, it's just changing flames to cloud. Colors stayed the same, everything else pretty much stayed the same. And I did have like a little logo like right here on the left side that changed into the big print, because I wanted the KIBISHI part to be bold. And I wanted to have Redo a Life on here, because that's the name of the drop. So, and the back piece that was on top like right here, that's the old logo. And I did that because I didn't want to put a net tag in here. I wanted it to be a little bit more comfortable, where it's like you don't have like no neck tags and nothing like that in the actual shirt. So I did that instead, which this is the old logo. I'm gonna put the new logo up on screen because I done rebranded the brand again. So after being trademarked, I wanted to go into something that was different, so I changed the logo and stuff like that. But that's for a whole different video. It took me a day, I think maybe a second day, just to revise and make sure it's like how I wanted it, putting it on shirts and trying to see. But it didn't take me long with this process with this one. And I think that this one was really a lot more special, because the story of it really, like I said, is just heavy, and more so I feel like a lot more people can relate to the story. So when you're thinking about, like I said, Redo a Life, I feel like, think of a nostalgia feeling that you always get when you daydream. Everybody daydreams, and I feel like everybody thinks about that moment where, like I said, they wish they can go back. And I think that's what Redo a Life is that moment, but bring that moment to the present. Every day that you wake up, you feel that moment in the present. Like I said, don't think about the past, don't think about the future, think about this present moment right now. Think about the moment that you in right now, and try to make every moment, like I said, the greatest moment that you can. I just want to go ahead and tell about it, because with every design that we make, I want to tell a story. You know, I just want to take everything that we do, and I want to document everything. I want everybody to know and be a lot more transparent with the things that we're doing. So yeah, you're gonna see more of these when we drop clothes and when we drop different things, because I got more ideas in the making. But when we drop things, I want to be able to have these moments where we have a sit down and we just talk about like everything that was behind it, what made me do this, anything behind the brand I want to talk about. So that's what we're gonna be doing here. So if you're new, I appreciate you for sticking through to the end of this video. be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about it. Cause you know, we're pushing. I really want this brand to be one of the biggest brands in the world, because I feel like at the end of the day, like I said, I want to be able to push people to be more creative and do a lot more in that space to, like I said, bring out a lot of the ideas that I have and bring it to the world, and make sure to, like I said, to keep going and make this brand to be the biggest. Yeah, I'm the owner of Kibishi, Keandre. I probably have all the, well, I have all the socials for Kibishi down below. And then I have mine down there as well if you want to follow me. And yeah, like I said, the brand, I know it's not for everyone, but it's just for those who get it. Peace.